Howdy folks, look at this beautiful background I found for you. Fall is here folks, fall is here. Temps are dropping, 73 degrees right now, 74. But they're dropping and the bite picked up folks. There is no more nibbly. I mean, they're aggressive in the summer too, but there is something in the fall. The temperatures drop at night, they panic, they start to try to fatten. The bite is much better folks, for sure. I want to do a little float fishing with my 1 gram size 10 prototype here, with probably the best bait that I found so far. It's from Southern Crappie, but I mean, this tube or bait, whatever it is, it fits my size 10 hook so beautiful. And then look at this dangly tail folks. I call this bait dangly tail. Dangly tail, catch me a fish. Can you imagine a better, imagine horizontal? Float fishing is a lot like vertical fishing. You need up and down action. You don't need a swimming tail, right? This is probably one of the best on the market. Anyway, we're gonna do some float fishing. I have another float behind me with kind of exactly the same setup, but different color dangly tail, but both of them have 1 gram dangly tail tied on them. We have a little bit of wind, which is absolutely perfect for float fishing a dangly tail. The only issue is there is some kind of cover here. I don't know who put it and what they put, but there is some kind of extremely sticky cover, and very often the fish run into this cover, and sometimes I lose even the float. You can't recover anything sometimes. The jig, the float, it's totaled. So we kind of, if you see me yanking and horsing, at least to get them away from that cover, we may have to yank today, folks. We may have to yank today. All right. Dangly tail, bring me a fish. There it is. I see a gentleman and his wife. See them over there? With a little jumboat casting deep into the trees. No doubt crappie fishing too. Yeah, the bite definitely picked up. Bite definitely picked up, folks. Oh, wow, even so close. I thought we need to cast farther out. This one is almost acceptable, but we're gonna boat flip him anyway. Wow, this one is not bad, man. Dangly tail. What happened with my dangly tail? Something happened here. Okay. Rub some fish slime on it. Beautiful. Let's keep going. Let's keep going until, mark my words, until we catch a channel catfish that will run away with everything into some tree. That's what will happen. Come here, dangly tail. "2:30 p.m. and the bite is hot." Look at this. I mean, absolutely amazing dangly tail. By the way, I have nothing with, like, I'm a little bit joking. I'm not trying to tell you that this is some kind of amazing bait or something. I never fished it. I never gave it away. I always kept it in my tackle bag, but I never really fished it. It's a little bit too big for me. But now that I have the size 10 jigs, oh my gosh, it fits great. And even then in the summer, you can't really float fish in the summer because the fish are too deep. Man, so many fish, and I didn't catch none of them. Anybody here? That close? Yeah, somebody even here. But now the fall is here. The fish come a little shallower. We can float fish. And this dangly tail. Man, now I know a bunch of you will go and find it and buy it. But this video is not about me recommending this bait. There is nothing special about the bait except that it fits just beautiful my jigs. Man, there's a lot of bluegill there, I think. Dangly tail is amazing for crappie. See how many in a row I missed. It's amazing for crappie, but a little bit too much for bluegill. That is a 2-inch bait. Or is it? Might not be. I'm not sure. It looks like a 2-inch bait for me. That is a good size bait. Come on, get out of there. Ah! I just retied, folks. I just retied. Float is here, but we lost the dangly tail. Folks, I don't know how many jigs I lost in that tree. Even if you fish just 4 feet deep. But it's okay, we're gonna catch a couple more crappie here, or we're gonna lose one more jig. And beautiful bite. I don't know what happened. Did we get snagged or is it here? No, I think he free. He free and he nice. He free and he nice. Is he nice? Let me show you a crappie, folks. Let me show you a crappie. Let me show you a crappie, folks. What do you know, folks? You don't know nothing. Look here, what a crappie. On the dangly tail. On the dangly tail, folks. Look here, what a crappie. Look at this. Let me bump him real quick. This fish, folks, without cheating, is 14 inches. Safely. This fish, folks, without cheating, is 14 inches. Safely. Let's let him go, folks. This is not a big lake. If you take this fish, this is the blue and chartreuse dangly tail. Looks just as good. That is the last dangly tail that we have on the boat though. We don't have any more dangly tails. I don't bring them here in the boat because I have very few of them. And I super glue them at home, so I don't lose them. I have 1 pack of the blue and 1 pack of the orange, and when I super glue them, I basically fish with them. They never come off my jigs. I basically fish with them until I snag them. You wanna bite even this close to the boat? Yeah, he said, yeah, I will. I'll take it this close to the boat. What happened? That was a complete miss. It was a complete miss. Let go of Dangly Tail. Let go. Come on, Dangly Tail, do your thing. We lost any kind of wind. That's another not too bad of a fish. No, he's the same 9-incher. I have a bunch of 9-inchers. Folks, the bite slowed down a little bit. I wonder if it's because the wind slowed down. So we have to dangle the tail manually. When you have a bit of a wind, the dangly tail is on automatic mode. You don't need to do no dangling yourself. You just collect the spoils. Dangly tail. You know, I wanted to buy some more dangly tails. I went on Fish USA, who is the only retailer that seems to... Maybe you can buy them directly from Southern Pro if they have a website, I don't know. But I went to Fish USA, but they did not have the colors that I enjoy. They had some stupid chewing gum colors, that's what I call them. Chewing gum colors. They have become real popular lately. I don't like chewing gum colors. I'm sure fish don't mind. They will work just as good. I just don't like them. I have to see if I can find dangly tails from somewhere else in these colors. There's another. There's another fishick. There's another fishick on the dangly tail. The last dangly tail in the boat, folks. That's the last dangly tail in the boat. I do not kid you. If we break this off, we're gonna have to put on a good old trout magnet, which I'm sure will deliver. Oh, something. Oh, dangly tail got me a fish. Something happened and the trolling motor stopped working. Come here, dangly tail. Not too bad of a crappie. I don't think he's a keeper, but oh wow. They small, but come the fall, they wanna play ball. Heh! Beat that, Catfish Dave. Catfish Dave thinks he is the only poet in town. There is a new kid in town, Catfish Dave. Did you guys just catch the poetry that I just did? They small, but come the fall, they wanna play ball. Oh man. Oh shit. That sprayed water, folks, right into my eyeball, and I didn't even close my eye. Ooh, I don't know why that felt so bad. Just water. It's like somebody hit me with sand or something. Dangly tail, bring me a fish. Dangly tail, dangly tail. As long as the tree doesn't eat my jig, we're gonna do wonders with just one dangly tail, folks. We're gonna do wonders. And I have to say, the size 10 hook, if you're gonna be fishing only crappie, the size 10 hook is a little bit better than the size 12. Nah? Yeah. Is this a bluegill or a crappie? It's a bit of a jerky bite. I wish you guys could see that. It's a bit of a jerky bite. Yeah, it's a crappie. And he ain't no giant. He ate the dangly tail. Ouch. I bet this guy's gonna sell a bunch of dangly tails now. Lures, folks, are not that important. The only reason sometimes I'm a sucker for particular lure is not because it will catch more fish than the next lure, but just because it matches my jigs in terms of color. If it matches and it's easy to install and it has kind of, I don't know, some kind of silly things that I like. I like this dangly tail. I mean, I like the way it looks. I have caught enough fish, God knows I've caught enough fish with a trout magnet. I want to try dangly tail too. Do I think that I'm catching right now more fish because I'm using dangly tail instead of a silly trout magnet? Absolutely not. However, something happened. I think a bluegill grabbed just the tail or something, and the dangly tail is a little bit torn. And we do not have another dangly tail. It's okay, we'll fish as long as we can, and we go somewhere else. Now it's nice that we caught this 14-incher, but I think this here is a school of small crappie. And as much as I enjoy those, I want to go look around the rest of the lake. So if we lose the dangly tail, that's fine. That's fine with me. Let's catch a few more. Maybe one more nice fish. But yeah, I was saying, I don't think I'm catching right now more fish because I'm using dangly tail instead of a trout magnet that looks like a stick, basically. Still, I don't think I'm catching more fish. Oh, that was a fish without anything. Without any bite at all, any movement. And I just jigged it a little bit, and when I jigged it, I felt a fish. Come on. Yeah, dangly tail. I mean, there was no damage. It's not like the damage became little by little. There was no damage, but then one particular fish, I think it grabbed only the tail, no hook at all, and when I pulled, I ripped it. Yeah. The best thing about this dangly tail, folks, is I enjoy saying that. Come on, say it. Dangly tail. I mean, it's just super awesome. Dangly tail. I'm gonna make my own lure next year, which will be a little different. We're gonna call it dangly tail. We already have a name before we even have the lure. It's gonna be dangly tail. So catchy. Who doesn't wanna buy a dangly tail for crappie? Man, sales are gonna be so good. Dangly tail is such a champion. Feel we're gonna lose it soon though, because we snagged already, the bait is torn, but we caught enough fish from this brush. We're gonna go fish a swim bait somewhere else. You don't have to fish the same brush all day. Come on, dangly tail, give me one more. As soon as it sank, folks. Dangly tail is just attractive to crappie and a little bit too big for bluegill. So when you drop it in a cloud of fish, you can have 10 bluegill stare at it and just 2 crappie, and it's gonna be one of the 2 crappie that will eat it. Because the size is a bit of a deterrent for bluegill. Look at this dangly tail. Amazing. Only one nice crappie and nothing else. This one will be kind of the same, maybe a little bit bigger. No, he fought a little bit better. Yeah, dangly tail got caught on the jig. Okay, yeah, the herd is starting to thin. Maybe it's not even thinning because I'm catching them, but little by little I create noise. But they still play ball. Still wanna play ball. Yeah, I love these guys. These 9-inchers, that is the best sport in the game. If you have a bunch of 12-inchers, yeah, nice when you catch them, but they tend to be a little bit smarter, and they come in. That doesn't smell right. 9-inchers, always ready to play ball. They do not inspect. That's such a good sport. 9-inch crappie is the best sport in the game. And they still give you this awesome... You can hear the drag when I fish for crappie, right? This kind of slow head shakes, it's so addictive. You fish for bluegill, yeah, bluegill is amazing too, it's also addictive, by the way. But bluegill fishing is different. There's a lot of, when you catch them, it goes zzz. Crappie is just this fat head shakes, just thud, 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 and the drag goes thud, 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 very slow. You see how the lure is a little torn here, folks. It's okay, we're gonna go as far as we can. We caught enough fish from a single brush here. Dangly tail, bring me a fish. If I tell this to my kids, they are such suckers for catchy expressions. They are not gonna stop talking about dangly tails. Especially this color, black and blue and chartreuse, is both natural and very high vis. It doesn't have any kind of chewing gum colors in it. Folks, if you're wondering, I don't know if I told you, but if you're wondering why do I fish with 4 and 5 pound line when I float fish, it's because of this here. It wraps around the tip, because I don't know how the physics are different. When you lift it, the float is there to wrap around the tip. If you have 2 pound line, or if you have braid, you're screwed. Hell no, I'm not using braid for float fishing. Only if you hate yourself and you want to suffer, then you can use braid for float fishing. Yeah, I use 4 and 5 pound line just for the stiffness. So it's kind of rigid and doesn't, when it wraps around, it still wraps. You cannot stop the wrapping. The wrapping around the tip will happen. You have to make peace with that. The reason we use thicker line is so it's not a knot, it's not really a tangle. It's wrapped, but you want to wrap it and you keep moving forward. Come on, dangly tail. Yeah, he here. He here. He here. Also, with 4-pound line, I'm going on these tangents instead of enjoying my dangly tail. With 4-pound line, like, you need 2-pound line. It's not just for kicks. You know, 2-pound line, you need it when you twitch a trout magnet because you need sensitivity. Well, here there is no sensitivity. It's about watching a float, right? So if you twitch a trout magnet, you want to feel everything. You want to feel even the twitch. I don't need to feel nothing here. I'm watching the float. Or another reason is for that I really enjoy 2-pound line is if you need to drop like 20 feet deep. If you have 2-pound line, you can drop down to 20 feet even with 1.5 gram. But if you have 4 or 5-pound line, 1.5 gram line, it will take forever to drop. Let's get back to catching, not just fishing. There you go. Come here. Dangly tail is a champ. I hope I can find these colors, not just the stupid chewing gum colors. Yeah. I mean, look at this. Is it high-vis? Is it natural? I mean, black, blue, and chartreuse. It's amazing. It seems like I'm running out of crappie here. I'm messing mostly with bluegill. Come here, dangly tail. My jigs, by the way, are already approved. I caught enough catfish and yellow bass with them just to torture them. Come on, dangly tail. Maybe if I cast farther. See, that's definitely a bluegill bite. This one I didn't pull the trigger, it was so jerky. It popped right back out. Afraid to yank it out now, so not to tear his mouth. It's been a few seconds without a fish. Oh no, oh no, oh no, folks. Oh no, folks. This is gonna be fish number 2. Fish number 2 of this video. Fish number 2, that's gonna be a 13 incher. I don't think he's gonna be 14. I think he's gonna be 13. Oh, I love crappie. Look at this profile. Excellent health, no parasite. Look at the health of this fish. Usually people talk about the colors and the health of the fish when the fish is small, but that was not a small fish. Uh-oh. Well, it was a good sport. Now I have to go lift my anchor. I will try to save him, but I set the hook so hard. That I'm sure the jig penetrated too deep. But folks, I'm not gonna put that in the video how I go and pull around and snap the line and then I curse in Bulgarian. Do you really need to hear that? Let's end this video here. It was an awesome session with this dangly tail. I'm gonna go try to find online the colors that I like, and yeah, once you buy the size 10 jig heads, when they hopefully appear at sometime in November, second half of November for sure, try my 1 gram or any of the size 10 hook jigs with some of these dangly tails. They're not gonna catch more fish, but you're gonna enjoy how nice it fits and how, I mean, just check it out. Okay, I'm gonna put the rod here. I have an anchor behind me. Otherwise the boat turns around and the sun goes in my eyes. So I have to go pull up the anchor first, then go spook the fish, and then probably I'm gonna lose everything anyway, but I will give it a shot. But yeah, thanks for watching this one, folks. The bite is hot. Get out and go catch you some crappie. Thanks for watching this one and see you soon. Bye bye.